Well, g'day everyone. It's Monday the 22nd of December and I'm just coming off the Narrows Bridge on the southern side, and when I was down here yesterday there's a variable message sign that says the PSP south of here is going to be closed from the 12th of January through to April for river wall repairs. And that's all there is. Now, just before I left, I had a look at the Main Roads website, their traffic maps, and there was nothing there to say, there was nothing there about this project. I would have thought, with it happening just a couple of weeks from now, that they would possibly put some advance information up there, but it looks like they haven't done so. Now, saying that, I'm assuming it's Main Roads that's going to be doing this river wall, or is responsible for it. It may not be. It may be some other government agency or whatever that's got absolutely nothing to do with Main Roads. I don't know if there's a foreshore management authority or something like that, you know, because Main Roads' responsibility might finish kind of here, and you know, that other authority deals with the stuff over there on the riverside. And if I went to when I get back, I'm actually going to ping Main Roads and say, have you got any more details about this project? And they might come back and go, what project? And you know, that's kind of happened a few times in the past where I've pinged them about detours which haven't been that good, and they've come back and gone, oh, you know, it's kind of the first we've heard of it. So look, there's river wall along there, which I've just been past. I don't know if that's the bit they want to be dealing with. I do know that in the last year or two, some parts of the path have actually collapsed into the river after, I don't know, tidal action or high waves or whatever have undermined it. And for a while, as regular users of this path would know, part of the path along here was coned off. So here's another section of river wall just here. Looks okay. I mean, maybe it's just old and they want to replace it. Who knows? But they're looking at doing it for 3 months. But the bit I'm interested in is, where are we going to be detoured during that time? And so they've got temporary sandbags just there. Temporary sandbags, which have been there for years. Maybe they're going to replace that section with something like this. You wouldn't be able to see it over the wall, but there's big boulders on the other side of that wall that stretch out 3 or 4 meters into the river. And maybe they want to do some kind of protection like that, replace sandbags. Now, there are options for going around, and obviously here is one of them. Okay. I'm now looking at the back of a variable message sign, which I'm sure says the path is going to be closed from the 12th of April. Yep, it says that. Okay. So I'm assuming we're going to be sent over that bridge back there, and then on the other side of the freeway. That's the kind of thing that's been done in the past. So I'm going to do a U-turn. And let's just pop over the bridge, because this has been done before for works down here. I can't remember if this was one of the bridges we got sent across. But I guess we're about to find out what it looks like on the other side. Now, last time they did that, they wanted cyclists to dismount and walk over this, which nobody did, of course. It's a completely screwball request to make. I can understand it in one sense, because it's a very narrow bridge, and if you've got bi-directional cycling traffic on it and you've got people struggling up that tight, steep curve, and they're not hugging the left-hand side, and you've got people, because it's quite a steep descent, you can pick up quite a bit of speed here. It's very tempting to, instead of staying over here next to the fence, you drift over onto the inside. And if you do that, you're going to plough into someone coming the other way. And you think, instead of telling people to dismount, they could probably come up with some more sensible messaging. like even just painting a line down the middle of the path to encourage people to stay to the left of it, because no one's going to get off. Right, there's another bridge up ahead, but I'm not sure if that's actually got a path on the side of it. We're into a no-through road, so is there a way we can get through at the end of it? Well, there's a red path there, red brick path. It's a nice wide ramp. Okay, so I can come up here. It's a narrow old path. Boy, I wouldn't want to be putting all the morning and evening cycling traffic through here. And then there's the question of what the heck do you do now? Well, I guess I'm going to go across here and head down towards the old mill. Okay, there's no bicycle or pedestrian signals at these lights. You just have to follow the car signals. And there's certainly no option to ride up there. There's no path or anything. That's just a freeway on-ramp, so it's a dead loss. Now, when we get to here, are they going to put cyclists out on the road, or are they going to expect us to be on the footpath? Okay, I'm going to test both. I'm going to do a section of footpath. Doesn't look very wide. I don't think this is going to be a very good option. But I'll just do a little bit, and then I'm going to jump out on the road and see what that's like, because there's just lots of driveways along here, heaps of apartment blocks. There's probably a fair bit of vehicle movement back and forth across these. Okie doke, I'll just get out onto the road here. Let's wait for this car. Used a number plate, 816 Squadron. We're going to have to look up what they do. What I probably should have done is ridden on the road and then swapped off to the footpath for this section and then got back on the road. Now, I don't know if they're dead-end roads down there, whether we're going to be sent down there to our left towards the river, or whether we're going to continue on along here. Nice shaded street, I've got to say that. Beautiful tree canopy. Good on you, buddy. I'm going to duck down one of these side streets to my left and just have a look at whether there's an option to get off this street and take a side street instead. I'll follow that concrete truck. All right. I'll pop out here. Is there anything down to my left which we could possibly use? I can see a footpath over there. Don't think that's going to be of much use. That street off to my left just goes into apartment blocks and things. This looks like the world's crummiest old cement block footpath. Surely they wouldn't use this as a detour. Flipping. Okay, you'd have to bring out the chainsaw to trim that back a little bit. Yeah, okay. I guess the question is, well, I guess that then does get you back into the Narrows. And I take it this is actually a much more pleasant street to use. But if we did come down here, where could we actually get onto it? So I think the issue is we've still got to cross over at the lights up there where that freeway on-ramp is. And then we'd have to duck into this back street somehow, use this as a bypass to that main street, and then use that janky little footpath back there, or use one of the roads to get back onto the main street. Right, so from here it says no through road. Question is there a footpath we can use that'll get us down to the traffic lights? Right, okay, there is a path there. Again, it looks pretty narrow. A little bit overgrown, a little bit rough. Got to watch out for the fences knocked over on the side. Looks like some cars have come off here and pushed the fence over and no one's ever bothered fixing it. Okay, there's an option. There's a street there I could have used. Okay. Well, here we are back at the lights. I'm going to do a U-E and I'm going to go back and try that street that I just went past and see what that's like as an option. And then it's going to be really interesting to see what detour gets chosen. And I guess, how did they research it? How did they test which detour to use? Now, that's a pretty sharp bend there that was easy to miss. There is another path on the other side I could have used. But this is just a short stub of a street. Again, it's beautiful. Look at all these overhanging trees. It's really nice and shady. You know, it'd be so good if all our bike paths had trees like this hanging over the top, so that in summer you could actually ride in the shade, particularly thinking about at Bayswater where you're just riding in a concrete canyon and getting fried at this time of the year. Okay. So yeah, the option is to turn right and go back to those roadworks, or turn left, come down here to Melville Parade. I've just come up Scott Street. Okay. Right, we're at Sterling Street here. No, I could probably go one further. Doesn't say no through road. Is there another street I could turn off? Okay. I think it should have said no through road and it didn't. So it looks like we're going back through the shrubbery here. This would have to count as one of Perth's best hidden paths. Boy, you'd really want to be ringing your bell coming around there, because you've got absolutely no way to see people coming the other way. This path needs a solid clean-up. All right. Alright, so here we are at the old mill. All very good. Lots of concrete trucks. And then from here I can just turn, well, I can keep going straight on obviously and get to the Narrows and be back on the PSP, but I'm going to go this way and find myself some lunch. That is going to be an interesting little detour, to say the least. It's either going to be on a road that's pretty unpleasant to ride on, or taking back streets which are going to involve some very dodgy footpath manoeuvrings. Right, stay tuned, see what we find out.